Module 6.4. In this lecture video, let's talk about circles. Okay, so um, this very first objective is defining what a circle is, what a radii is, and the diameter. I will go ahead and record the entire Module 6.4 in one video. So we are also going to take a look at how we're going to find circumference and area, and we will do some example regarding to the composite figures. All right. So what is a circle? A circle is a set of all points in a plane that are some fixed distance from a fixed point called the center of a circle. All right. So what that means is if I get myself a compass right here, I'm gonna move it over here a little bit. So if I will open up my compass a little bit, this distance I open up will be the radius, okay? And here is my fixed point. So if I draw a circle all the way around, I'm actually rotating my circle through a fixed point. That will be the center of a circle. So this distance is referring to the radius, okay? So the distance from the center of a circle to any point on the circle, okay, will be called a radius, and we're using the lowercase r to indicating our radius. So this distance right here will be the radius, okay? All right, a diameter is referring to the distance from one point on the circle to another point on the circle, measured through the center, okay? So if I go from one point on the circle to another point on the circle, if I pass through the center, then this chord, this is actually called a chord. All right. In geometry class, this will be called a chord. So this chord, all right, is a spatial chord. We call it diameter because it actually passes through the center. Sorry, I didn't quite line up correctly. All right. So a diameter, okay, by passing through the center, is actually made out of two radius. That's what this formula means. So let's find our formulas for circles on the formula sheet real quick. And let me explain it to you. So let's go past the geometry part. All right, so a circle, a diameter is actually made of two radius. So a single radius will be half of a diameter. All right, a single radius is actually half of our diameter. So a diameter is actually made of two radius. That's what the two formulas means. All right. Circumference is the perimeter of a circle. So that's referring to the distance all the way around. That's called the circumference. So it turns out circle is actually the mother of all shapes. Okay. Because if I will start off with a triangle, which is three sides, if I add one side, that's called a quadrilateral. Five-sided is called a pentagon. So when we first introduced polygon, we mentioned all these shapes before. Six-sided is hexagon, seven-sided is heptagon, then we got octagon, nanogon, all right, decagon. So what happened is every time I add one extra side, my polygon begin to look more and more like a circle. So if I will continue to add, okay, infinite number of sides, eventually that's going to give me a circle. Okay, eventually it's going to give me a circle. So circle is basically made out of infinite number of sides of a polygon. Okay, that's what circle is. That's why I call it circle is the mother of all shapes. Majority of these shapes can be drew from a circle. All right. So let me go ahead and tell you. Go ahead and write this down. So the circumference of a circle, we actually use the letter C for circumference. To find it, we always use pi times diameter. Okay. So we will formally introduce the number pi. Most of the time, students think pi is equal to 3.14. It's actually a pi is actually considered as an irrational number where we can never convert this decimal back into a fraction because the decimal places shows no repeating pattern and it does not end. Okay, so irrational numbers are number we cannot actually actually convert back into a fraction. It just over time we just round it to the nearest hundred. So no most of the time we say pi is equal to 3.14, but the reality is pi is actually have decimal places that never ends. Okay, so we just use the rounded value for our pi. Area, to find the area of a circle. Let me go ahead and write it down here. To find the area of a circle, that will be pi times radius squared. Okay. So let's try some example real quick. I just wrote the formula down again. So whenever we are dealing with a circle, the trick is always know what the problem given me for the circle. So the center is right here. So from one end of the circle to the other end, this 12 feet got to be the diameter. So the problem is giving me the diameter. So this problem wants me to find the circumference of this circle. So circumference is always going to be pi times diameter, or sometimes we can say pi times 2 radius. Let me just rewrite this real quick. All right, pi times diameter. So if I replace diameter with 2 radius, because a diameter is 2 radius, then I can also have pi times 2 radius. They just put the 2 in front of the pi. Okay, so either way will work. Since the problem gave me a diameter already, so I'm just going to say 3.14, which is what I use for rounded value for pi, times 12. Round the answer to the nearest hundredth. So let's put that in the calculator real quick. Let me just turn on my calculator real quick. So this is going to be 3.14 times 12. So no problem. Round to nearest hundred, which would just be 37.68 feet. Okay, to the first power will actually be for perimeter. Linear to the first power is actually considered as linear, which is talking about perimeters. So let me go ahead and write it down while I'm at it. So if you just say feet, means feet to the first power, which is perimeter. If you ever sing square feet, which we mentioned in module 5, that's referred to as area. Cubic feet, anything that's cubic feet, cubic inch, cubic meter, that's referred to as volume. Okay, so those are the exponent for what type of problem am I dealing with, whether it's a perimeter, area, or volume. So circumference is another word for perimeter. All right, find the area. So this example is finding the area. So make sure you see which one you're trying to look for, either the circumference or the area. All right, with a radius 18. So the problem already told me this is radius is 18. All right, so to find area of a circle, the formula sheet will say pi times radius squared. So pi, we use 3.14 times 18 squared. So in module 4, we used a little bit of exponent already. So let's go back and revisit. For the exponent, we got to use the caret key. So this problem, 3.14 times 18, raising to the second power. Okay, so that will be 1017.36. Okay, round to nearest hundred, so that's already on the hundred. So this time will be square feet. Okay, I'm just writing out a notation for my answer. Okay, so we know we are dealing with area. All right, let's take a look at composite figures. So again, composite figure is a shape made out of different shapes together. So this particular example here is wanting us to find the perimeter of this composite figure. Okay, so the easiest way again to do these type of problems is to write down what shape you see or what you're going to do for this problem. Then we can write in the formulas before we go ahead and write down our numbers. So what shape do I see here? Well, perimeter, distance on the outside. Okay, if I'm starting here and travel all the way around to this side. Oops. Okay, if I travel all the way to this side, what I have traveled is half of a circle. Okay, to go back to my red points, I got to continue to go down this way, which is 4.48 feet. So I will add 4.48. All right, to go back up to my red point, so I will need to add 8.02. So back in module 1, we talk about using addition and subtraction signs outside the parenthesis to indicate our terms. So basically, this whole entire perimeter, okay, of this composite shape is broken down into 3 terms or 3 pieces. Traveling half a circle plus continue to travel on the outside plus, oops, let me make sure my color's right, plus 4.48 going down, and then plus another 8.02 coming back up. All right, so remember now I'm looking for perimeter, okay? So that means for my half a circle, that will be half times, what's the perimeter of a circle? What's the perimeter of a circle formula? Pi times diameter, right? Plus 4.48 plus 8.02. So what are they giving me for this half a circle? This 8.16 is actually one end to the other end. So this problem actually tell me the 8.16 is the diameter, which is what I need right here. So my half, I can type in 0.5 times pi is 3.14 times diameter 8.16. Then I'm gonna add. Okay, so this part is what I drew in blue plus the 4.48 travel on the outside going downward, and then plus another 8.02 to go back to the red points. Okay, 3 terms, breaking this entire composite figure down into 3 pieces. All right, let's punch it in. Let's see what we get here. So when you type it in all together, just make sure you type in, make sure you write it out before you enter it. 0.5 times 3.14 times 8.16 plus 4.48 plus 8.02. Okay, so my answer, round to the nearest hundredth, so that'll be 25.31. And that will be feet, because I'm doing perimeter. All right, let's take a look. This is another perimeter one, okay? So again, what shape do I see? Travel on the outside, red point, okay, to red point. Traveling the curvature. Let me use a highlighter this time. Travel the curvature of the circle, of the arc. So that is traveling half of a circle. This is very tricky problem. All right, distance on the outside. So if I keep on traveling the distance on the outside, I got to add, all right, coming down this way, I need to add the distance of 24.55 plus, all right, travel across, that's adding 20.17. And plus, traveling back up to where I started, I got to add another 24.55. Okay? So that will take me back to where I began. All right, let's write down the formula. Half a circle for perimeter. Again, I will use half times, okay, perimeter of a circle is pi times diameter. So if I times by 0.5, that will give me half of a circumference, or half a circle. And I need to add 24.55, 20.17, and plus another 24.55. So this problem we break it into 4 pieces, okay? 3 addition sign outside the parenthesis is 4 terms. So that's 0.5 times 3.14 times. Okay, so from one end of the circle to another end on the circle, when I pass to the center, this dashed line got to represent the diameter. So if I look on the other side, since I got half a circle on top, a rectangle in the bottom, down here, the width of the rectangle, okay, got to be the same for the two widths. So this dashed line got to be 20.17. So I times by 20.17, and I'm going to add up the other 3 pieces together. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's punch it in. Write down the formula. Write down what else you need to add. Then we punch them all in at one time. 0.5 times 3.14 times 20.17 plus 24.55 plus 20.17 plus 24.55 again. Oh Lord, typing something wrong. Hold on a minute. 20.17 plus 24.55. All right. 100.34. Round to nearest hundredth. 100.34. All right, perimeter again, so that'll be meter to the first power. All right, now this one, be careful now. This one is actually finding the area. So just like in the previous lecture video, when we find area, you got to actually know the shapes, okay, that this picture is being put together. So I see a half a circle on top and a triangle in the bottom. So this entire shape is half a circle plus the triangle down here. So I'm going to write it down. Half a circle plus the area of a triangle. So if you look on the formula sheet, area of a circle is pi times radius squared. So this time I need half of the area, so I times by half, or 0.5, plus area of a triangle. Okay, area of a triangle, that will be half times base times the height. Okay, so let's check it out. What we got here? The 20.9 on this dashed line got to be referring to the height, okay, of my triangle. This dashed line right here. All right. Now at the same time, this 18.7 got to be the base of my triangle. So if this is the base of the triangle, this also got to be the diameter of my half circle up top. So when I'm dealing with a circle, I always need to know what they're giving me, because this time the problem giving me diameter, but my formula is calling for radius, so I got to find the radius, which my radius is always half of a diameter. So we take 18.7 divided by 2. 9.35 will be my radius. So half is 0.5 times pi 3.14 times 9.35 squared. So square is not the same as times by 2 now. Square means time itself 2 times. So 9 times 9 already is it's going to be over 81. Plus half is 0.5 times the base of my triangle, 18.7, times the height of my triangle, 20.9. All right, let's punch it in. Let's see what our area going to be. Times by 9.35, raised into the second power, plus, make sure that's a plus, 0.5, times 18.7, times 20.9. Round to the nearest hundredth, my answer, 332.67. All right, this time it is area, so that will be squared yard. All right, so in this lecture video, we quickly talk about the terminology for circle. We looked at the formula for circumference and area of a circle, and we also did some example for the perimeter and area of composite figures that involving with half a circle. All right, that will conclude this lecture video. Thank you for watching.